I'm Randall Schaefer. You see me hosting Hastings Mystery Theater here on the Hastings Cable Channel. Hastings Mystery Theater is produced for the local cable channel in Hastings, Michigan, USA. We are rated as one of the best 100 small towns in America. Hastings, Michigan. Look us up on the internet. Take a look at some of the reasons we are one of the best 100 small towns in America. And maybe you'll see why those of us who live here really like living in Hastings, Michigan. And also, continue to watch Hastings Mystery Theater. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to Hastings Mystery Theater. I'm your host and mystery master, Randall Schaefer. Tonight, the corridors of mystery take us way back to 1931 for a Fox film release, The Spider. The great Chatrand is a magician. The audience always enjoys the show and wonders how he performs his tricks. A woman and her uncle believe that Chatrand may have real psychic power and seek his help finding a lost relative. Suddenly the lights go out, a shot rings out. The woman's uncle has been murdered. The killer is obviously in the audience, and the great Chatrand feels compelled to find out who it is. Our star is Edmund Lowe. He was born in San Jose in 1890. He attended Santa Clara College, where he originally intended to become a priest, but he decided he would rather become an actor. He was so handsome that he found work immediately, and he made the silent movie to talkie movie transition quite easily. Now, to make that transition, an actor needed a pleasing voice with a minimal accent and the very underappreciated ability to memorize dialogue. Edmund Lowe had it all, and he made movies through the 1950s. In 1951 and 52, he starred in the TV show Front Page Detective. Edmund Lowe was the first guest star on the popular Maverick TV show. He died in 1971 at age 81. Let's return to 1931 and enjoy The Spider.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will conclude my performance with an old Chinese custom, usually reserved for bandits. Sonia, come. Oh, pardon me. First, I'd better put you to sleep. Is there a doctor in the house?
Yes, sir, right here.
Kindly hold yourself in readiness, please, in case I make a mistake. Thank you. Don't be alarmed, anyone. Don't leave your seats, and don't lose your heads. We're doing all that up here. Sonia, I warned you about losing your head. Well, how do you feel?
I feel rather just like myself.
Shall I leave you like this?
Oh, I must make the high so thunder.
Very well.
As you were.
Wakes up, they just cut a woman's head off. And she kept right on talking.
That must have been my wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your kind attention to my humble efforts to entertain you. Now I wish to make an announcement of great importance. Through the courtesy of station WFI, I am again broadcasting in an effort to reach the largest possible audience in order to establish the identity of my assistant, whose mind-reading miracles you have witnessed this afternoon. My assistant, Alexander. Feeling all right, boy? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not an advertisement, but an effort to establish the identity of a young man. 2 years ago, I found Alexander in the streets of Washington, unconscious from a dangerous head wound. When he recovered, he was unable to remember his name or anything relating to his past. Our only clue to his identity was the photograph of a very pretty girl.
Uncle John, did
The
you
young
hear
man
that?
is well educated and undoubtedly comes from a very good family. He is about 21, 5 feet 9 inches tall, dark eyes and dark hair. Now I'm going to ask Alexander to speak to you himself in the hope that someone may recognize his voice and help us to establish his identity.
Don't turn it off. It might be Paul.
You shouldn't listen to such things, Beverly. And stop thinking of your brother. If he were alive, we would have surely heard from him.
I'm going to the theater, just to make sure it isn't Paul.
What theater?
The radio announcer says that Chatrand's playing at the Tivoli.
Well, there you are. Doesn't that convince you that it's just a cheap publicity dodge?
I'm going to the theater tonight. And if you don't want to come, I'll go alone. Please turn on the radio. I want to hear the boys' voice.
No. It would merely disturb you.
Sometimes I think you hope Paul is dead.
Have you a dinner date?
No, I haven't.
Well, dine with me.
All right.
You gave a great performance this afternoon, Alexander. Are you sure it's not getting on your nerves, huh?
Not a bit.
Well, let me know if it does. We can cut the mind reading act, you know. Well, health is the most important thing, after all.
No, I like to work. I feel better when I'm working. Besides, it's the only way I have of repaying you for all those things you've done for me.
Oh, nonsense. Well, have you any idea what you mean to this act? We're cleaning up.
Well, I'm glad of that. It'll take care of some of my hospital bills.
Oh, I hope we get some results of that broadcasting this afternoon.
No, I don't.
No, why?
Well, it might mean the end of our friendship. I might have to leave the act.
Oh, cheer up. Look on the bright side of things. Well, who knows? Maybe your father's a millionaire.
Hello.
Where do you want to sit?
I want to sit down upstairs.
Well, how about downstairs?
No, I don't want to sit up downstairs.
These are very good seats.
But how much are they?
Well, the downstairs are higher.
Down is higher than up?
Well, the downstairs are higher, the upstairs are lower.
Downstairs you are higher and upstairs you are lower?
Yes.
Is the theater upside down? You better give me standing room.
Make up your mind, young man. Other people want to see this show, too.
On next, lady. Button your lip.
One seat in the orchestra, please. I don't want this. I always have one of the wide seats.
Madam, all seats are the same size.
Don't you get snippy with me, young man. The manager of this theater is a very particular friend of mine.
What's the matter, lady?
I don't know if it's any of your business. Who are you?
I'm the manager.
Oh, is that so? For 2 pins, I'd write somebody a letter about this.
Not for 2 pins, lady. It'll cost you 2 cents.
Uncle, I stepped on somebody's hat.
You did? Oh, many Stefandi Tivoli. Billy, that's my hat.
Oh, I'm awful sorry, Uncle.
Oh, that's all right, Billy. I'm glad I had a good laugh before I found out it was my hat.
I'm afraid you're right, Uncle John. He doesn't look at all like Paul.
Well, do you still insist on going to the show?
Yes. I'd never forgive myself if I didn't make sure.
Oh, congratulations. Tonight you have a full house.
Oh, thank you, Sonny. Thank you. Alexander, let me see that photograph, please.
What photograph?
The photograph you have in the locket. I must see it.
What is it?
Look at me, Alexander. I'm going to give you some suggestions. Tonight, you will hear a voice you have heard before. You will see a face you know. When this happens, You will remember. Remember everything. Clearly, without effort. Come in.
Officer is nervous.
All right, come. Take it easy tonight, Alexander. If you begin to tire, give me the signal. Keep your eye on Alexander tonight and watch your light cues. Ladies and gentlemen, I will endeavor to entertain you with a few feats of magic, conjuring, and mind reading. But inasmuch as I am a thoroughly honest man, I warn you I will do my very best to deceive you. There is absolutely nothing up my sleeves with my arm. Presents from my father and mother on my birthday, both exactly alike, especially the one on the right. Now observe very carefully. The more you watch, the less you'll see. You see? Disappears like a bottle of scotch at a weekend party. Now watch very carefully. Keep your eye on the wand at all times. And where it goes, nobody knows.
Do my eyes believe me? I wonder how he does that.
Give me your hat and I'll show you.
Never mind. You did enough to my head already.
This next illusion I brought with me from India. Gentlemen, this cabinet is empty. Solid walls, solid floors. Bound by steel. Now watch very carefully. Nothing above. Nothing below. I will now show you a sight that has caused profound astonishment in the principal cities of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, my assistant, Alexander.
Thank you, Paul.
It affords me great pleasure to present to you the psychic phenomenon of the age. Alexander can read your innermost thoughts. He can tell you what you were and what you are. During this demonstration, Alexander will be in a state of partial hypnosis. I will now pass among you. Give me anything you like. Alexander will call his name and history. Anybody at all, please.
Try this.
Thank you. What have I in my hand?
It is a watch.
Watch, correct. Describe the watch, please.
There are initials on
What are the initials? Come, Alexander. Concentrate, please. The initials. Come, Alexander. Concentrate. The initials. The initials are J.B. J.B., correct. Can you tell me the number on this watch? Come, concentrate.
The number is 304769.
Correct, thank you.
Do you suppose he can see through that black bandage?
If he can, this is no place for a lady with a thin skirt.
Anybody else? Any questions you'd like to ask, Alexander? Alexander, this lady would like to know what her husband's doing.
He is at home, minding the baby.
She'd like to know how he's getting along.
He is in trouble. He has pricked his finger on a safety pin.
You see, nothing like a well-trained husband.
Say, Professor.
Yes?
What city was this little boy born in? It begins with the F.
Alexander, what city was this little boy born in? It begins with an F.
Fall River.
No.
No.
Framingham.
No.
No. Come, Alexander, come.
Fresno.
No, it's Philadelphia.
Oh. Well, what a very smart young fellow. Can you tell me this gentleman's name?
It is Dr. Blackstone.
Right. Oh, would you care to have Alexander describe the contents of your pockets?
No, I'd rather not.
Very well.
Don't do that. You make us conspicuous.
Hey, my name is Albert Henry Smith, and I'd like to know the name of my future wife.
I'll try, sir. Well, Alexander, this gentleman, Mr. Albert Henry Smith, would like to know the name of his future wife. Can you give me that name?
The name of his future wife will be Mrs. Albert Henry Smith.
Alexander, will you please tell me this young lady's name?
Will you please leave us alone? This
It's
is very
only part of the
embarrassing.
performance,
I don't
sir.
wish to be a part of the performance.
Please.
I forbid it.
It's only a part of my mind-reading act.
Surely there are lots of people here to assist you in your mind-reading act. Try somebody else. I don't want to be annoyed.
Alexander, what have I in my hand?
I will not be made a part of this exhibition. Give me that lock. Give me that lock.
Alexander, what have I in my hand? Answer me that question. Take your hands off.
You have no right to interfere.
What have I in my hand, Alexander? Answer that question.
Is a locket.
Right, Alexander, what's in it?
That's it, I remember. I remember. That's it. I have seen it before. I remember.
Keep your seats, please.
Go put out the lights.
What's happened?
Is there a doctor in the house? Oh, yes, Dr. Blackstone. Will you please come here, Dr. Blackstone?
Give me the police station.
Shooting in my theater.
There may be a panic.
Homicide squad. All the press.
Gee, that's on the lever. Somebody got knocked off.
No, sit down. He only makes believe he fell down like that. That's only part of the show.
No, it ain't. I'm going over there and see it.
No, Billy, now you sit here. Don't be a bad kid.
Please sit down, everybody. Everything will be all right. Please sit down.
This is a terrible thing to happen in my theater. Ladies and gentlemen, please, don't get excited. Don't get excited. The police will be here in just a few minutes.
In that case, we're beating it. Come on.
This man is in a very serious condition.
Is there anything you can do for him, Doctor?
Let's call an ambulance right away.
Isn't there a room that we can take this man to?
Then how about your office?
Okay, there's a couch
My
there.
fine boys, will you give me
Will
a
you
hand?
please give me some hand?
Give us a leaf.
I'll be careful, all right, boys? Just carry him on. I don't think you ought to go with him.
I must. He's my uncle. It's my fault that this happened.
ask you, all of you who are standing, to please take your seats. You must help me to avoid a panic, so take your seats, please. You'll only be detained a few moments.
Who said so? Nobody leaves this theater till I get everybody's name and address. Who witnesses?
When a cop asks you what your name is, you gotta tell him your name is John Smith. And when he asks you where you live, give him some number, what's a vacant lot.
Where's the man that fired that shot?
That's what we'd like to know.
Are you pretending that you don't know?
Of course I don't know.
That settles it. Nobody leaves this theater until everybody's been searched.
What's your blanche for the tip? Get rid of this.
What'll I do with it?
Hand it in the ladies' room.
Keep your motor running. Maloney, come with me. Come on, boys, clear this lobby. Get everybody out of here.
Inspector!
What's happened here?
Something terrible. A man was having a fight with Chatrand. The star of my show, the lights went out and someone shot us.
Shot who? Chatrand?
No, one of the audience.
Who?
A man named John Carrington.
Where is he?
He's with the doctor in my office.
Watch these exits. Don't let anybody in or out.
What were you doing out here?
It's my show.
Yeah, well, from now on, it's my show. Say, you guys, where was that shot fired from?
Oh, no, it didn't. Warriors are not better than mine. They're bigger, not better.
Well, make up your mind. Never mind. I don't... That's enough.
Just a minute, Flatfoot. What's the idea of picking on these fellas here?
When I want to hear from you, you tough hunter, I'll ask you, see?
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so. Ain't I got no authority around here?
Alexander, what's happened?
It's Chatrand. Don't you know me?
Drop that!
Who owns this gun?
That's the gun we use in the act.
What kind of cartridges do you use in your act?
Why, blanks, of course.
Blanks, eh? How'd you like to be popped with blanks like these? How did these get into the gun?
Well, I don't know. There must be some mistake.
I should say there has been a mistake. One shot was fired, and it came from this gun. Here's the empty shell. What have you got to say about that?
Nothing. Well, I don't understand this at all. Let me see that gun. Well, that's not our gun. I never saw it before.
Who do you think you're kidding? A moment ago, you told me it was your gun. You were fighting with this man that was shot, weren't you?
No. He jumped up and grabbed my arm.
Then what happened?
I don't know. The lights went out and there was a shot. I don't know who fired it.
You mean you won't tell me? Why did he grab your arm? What are you fighting about?
He objected to a young lady giving me a locket.
Well, why didn't you pass him up?
Well, the young lady seemed so anxious and she attracted my attention.
You know this man Carrington?
I never saw him before.
This boy know him?
I'm sure he never saw him before either.
Come on, wake him up. I want to question him.
I tell you, he's fainted.
Don't kid me. I've seen your act. You've got him hypnotized. Wake him up. And take that mask off.
Paul!
Come on, snap out of it.
Don't
Snap
do
out.
that. He's my brother. Paul, don't.
Your brother?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're the girl that came here tonight with Carrington, aren't you?
Yes,
And you say this boy's your brother?
yes.
I thought you told me this boy didn't know Carrington.
This boy was lost for 2 years. I didn't know he knew him.
Oh, you didn't, eh?
No.
What's her name?
Beverly Lane. Mr. Carrington's our uncle.
Oh, and you and Carrington were fighting about a locket this girl gave you, eh?
Well, you don't mean to say that we shot Carrington.
And why not? This begins to look like an open and shut case. Hey, pull down that curtain. Those people out there didn't pay to see this show.
Oh, why don't they leave the curtain up so we can see what's happening?
The police never want you to see what's going on.
Hey, you, what's the big idea?
Say, you fellas are pretty good.
What do you mean, pretty good?
You actors dressed up like prison, and I know the gag.
Say, listen, one more crack like that out of you, and I'll do some cracking myself.
Oh, excuse me. I thought it was just part of the show.
But you can't keep us out of this theater. We have tickets for this performance.
This ain't no performance, lady. It's a murder.
Well, we're entitled to go in and see the finish of the show, ain't we?
You'll see the finish of this show down in the criminal courts building, so take your tickets down there.
Lady, go back to your seat, please.
Young man, I'm going home. Don't you stop me.
Hey, Dorothy, what's the matter here?
This lady says she's going home.
Oh, yes?
Officer, may I have a few words with you?
Oh, yes, certainly. Well, what is it?
I'm Mrs. J.C. Wimbledon, wife of J.C. Wimbledon of Wimbledon and Wimbledon Incorporated. Now, the reason I want to go home is that my husband and I have a baby.
What?
Yes, my husband and I have a baby. And every Monday night we go to the theater. I see the first half of the show, and then I go home and take care of the kid, and he comes here and sees the last
Now,
half.
just a moment, lady. You know who killed this man?
What man?
Looking for the kid, eh, Joe?
But the boy couldn't have killed Carrington, I tell you. I was standing between them. And that's not our gun. The shot came from the audience.
Then you admit that the boy had reason to hate his uncle.
Please, don't let him frighten you. I won't let them pin it on your brother. Oh, Riley, have a heart. This girl hasn't seen her brother in 2 years.
Never mind that. Wake that boy up. I want to talk to him.
Come on
Here, wait.
Oh, stop me for you.
Oh, I'll tell that to the police. This is the name that pulled out my lights. Who are you?
That's my assistant, Sonia.
Your assistant?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. One of your assistants pulls the lights while the other one pulls the job, eh?
Why did you put out the lights, Sonia?
You always tell me if the trick is going to explode, I must put out the lights. You warned me especially about tonight.
Certainly. Those lights going out was connected to this murder. This shooting is one of the tricks you didn't want exposed, eh?
Well, if we wanted to shoot someone, we wouldn't put out the lights, would we?
I'm here to ask you questions, not answer them. Now, will you wake up that boy, or would you rather I did?
Wait a minute. Let me try.
Alexander, you're going to see a face you remember. You're going to hear a voice you know. Alexander. Alexander!
Paul. 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 Don't you know me?
Beverly.
What happened here? Tell me what happened.
He tried to kill me, and I had to do it.
Alexander, think of what you're saying.
What did you have to do?
Please, Inspector, don't question him now. Can't you see his condition? It might be fatal.
I've got all I want. He admits he did it.
Hey, where's the tune on your whistle?
Crawl under.
Say, how do you get back there?
Out through the box.
We should have more respect for the law. That's no way to bring up a child.
I'm not his mother.
Oh, horse feather.
Inspector, you wanted in the manager's office. Carrington's trying to talk. That's what I want. Now I'll get the lowdown.
Inspector, may I please take my brother to a dressing room?
All right. See if you can bring him out of this.
Take him to my property room. Here, let me help you.
No, you won't. You stay right where you are. We'll only help this girl. And stand guard at that door.
Yes, sir.
And I want you to watch this man and that girl. Hold them here until I get back.
But, Inspector, that boy needs me.
You bet he does. He needs you to fix up a good story. Schmidt, keep Chatrand away from that boy.
Leave it to me, Inspector. No, you don't. Keep away from them lights.
Oh, you.
That sounds like a dirty crack to me. And you... Hey, what's this? Hey, come back here. I'm responsible for you. How can I say you're not frightened? The chief will kill me for this. Come on. Get out of that. Hey, where did you go? You think this is fair? You better come back here. I'm telling you. You're only going to get in trouble. You better answer me. I'm telling you. Come on, will you? Hey, listen. This is terrible. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble with the chief, I'm telling you. Answer me. I'm responsible for you, ain't I? Please, quiet. Nothing is happening. Follow my example. Don't get excited. Don't get excited.
Sounds like somebody's trying to make home brew.
Hey, Flanagan! Guard all the doors. Chatrand just stay. I don't know where he's somewhere in the building. You better hurry. Everybody! Keep your seat. Get back there.
I accused Uncle John of trying to steal all our money, and he tried to kill me. Well, I hit him, and he fell. I thought he was dead. That's all I can remember.
Oh, try to be quiet. Nothing else matters now we're together again. Oh!
Shh. There's a policeman outside the door.
He's innocent. He can explain everything. When he said he did it, he was talking about something that happened 2 years ago. Uncle John tried to kill him. That's what he meant.
Of course, that's it. I told him he would see your face tonight. He knew that he would remember everything. He saw Carrington. Listen, did your uncle have any enemies?
Yes, there was someone he didn't want to meet. Someone who kept phoning for an appointment all the time.
Did you overhear any of those telephone conversations?
Yes, it was someone who had lost a great deal of money.
That's what I want. Did you hear that, Alexander?
I can hear him. He's hiding in here. Come on out, Chatrand, we'll break it open. Hey, get me an axe, someone. Hey, you, come over here. You know how to open this thing? No. Oh, yes, you do. Come on, now, you better open it or you're going to jail. All right, all right.
What do I do now?
What are you doing in there?
Just waiting.
Waiting for what?
For Mr. Chatrand to do the trick.
Oh, Chatrand's already done his trick.
Have you got him?
No.
Where's the boy?
In that room.
Then that's where he is. Come on.
What do we do with this bird?
Put him back in there.
All right, you stay in there.
How long?
Till I get ready to let you out. Good night.
Good night, mister.
I go too weak for a grilling. Pretend you're still unconscious.
I found your trap door, mister.
Did you let Chatrand into that room?
Not on your life. I locked the door on the boy and the girl, and there's the key.
I thought you told me Chatrand wasn't in here.
Don't blame me, Inspector. The guy's a magician, ain't he?
Do you want to go to jail for interfering with the police?
Certainly not.
Well, I hope you fixed up a good story for this boy, because he's going to need it.
How could I fix up a story? He's still unconscious.
No, he isn't. I heard you talking to him a minute ago.
Ah, faking, eh?
Don't do that. He's ill.
Oh, Inspector, the boy can't stand it. You'll kill him, I tell you. He's in a critical condition. I'll tell you everything that happened.
That's fine. Now, that's what I've been waiting to hear.
2 years ago, Carrington tried to kill this boy. He injured him so badly that the boy lost his memory.
You're doing fine.
And tonight, when the boy saw Carrington and heard his voice, he remembered everything. That's what he meant when he said Carrington tried to kill him.
Great. Now, I'll tell one. Carrington and the boy were enemies. Carrington is shot. The gun is found at the boy's feet, and the boy admits that he did it. Beat that one.
Can I speak to you a minute, Inspector?
Carrington is dead. This now becomes a case of first-degree murder. The boy is under arrest.
Come now, Beverly, don't take it so hard. We know he's innocent. He still has us both to fight for him. Oh, now, we haven't lost yet. Come.
No, you don't. Trying it again, eh? Give me your hands. I'll take charge of you myself. Come on, Olivia. We're going down to the station house. Tell Goldberg to dismiss his audience.
Stop him, stop him. I tell you, that shot came from the audience. The murderer's sitting out there hoping you will let him go home. If you do, you'll never fasten this crime on anyone.
Sounds like you birds are going for a ride.
Come on.
Look here, Riley. You're trying to fasten this crime on the boy. Now, whatever you may think, he didn't do it. And that's the straight truth.
The boy admitted he did it. That's enough for me.
Oh, no, it's not enough. Don't kid yourself, Riley. You're up against a job that no policeman ever faced before. Well, you haven't got a single eyewitness. Any one of 100 people might have fired that shot. Well, you'll never get a conviction.
Oh, yes, I will.
Oh, no, you won't. Let the murderer get out of this theater and you're never going to get him again.
And supposing you're right, what are you going to do?
I want to strike with surprise. Now, the murderer of Carrington will never stand up under the shock. Why, I'll make him betray himself before your very eyes. I'll stage a seance that no other medium in the world can duplicate.
And what if you fail?
Well, you've lost nothing. You've still got me and you've still got the boy.
A seance in a murder case. Why, I'd be the laughing stock of the town.
Oh, no, you won't, Riley. The newspapers would make a sensation of you. Oh, let me try it, will you?
How long will this take?
10 minutes. Let me out on that stage. Just for 10 minutes.
I'm going to take a chance on you, Chatrand. But you'll have to do it with these things on you.
All right.
Come on.
Hey, Billy, now be careful. You're going to spill it. Here, give me one of those, Billy.
Yeah?
You must be careful. I'm so sorry, lady. No,
Why don't you take him to the zoo
Come here, Billy. Sit down, Billy. Sit down.
Man murdered in theater. Extra, read about it. Right over this way.
Come on, get out of here. Get out of here. You ruined my business.
Extra, read about it.
Why? That's the man that ruined the nickel savings bank. He had it coming to him, too.
On your seats, everybody. Back to your seats. Sit down. Nobody's leaving here. Sit down.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight a murder has been committed in this theater. An innocent person has been accused of the crime. So that justice may be done, I am forced to employ against fearful odds a secret of psychology that every magician must possess. Now, I'm fighting for the liberty, perhaps the life, of a very young man, unfortunately placed in the most incriminating position. Will you help me with your silence and attention? Please.
Quiet, Alexander. Quiet, Alexander. Quiet. Rigid. You are now going into a trance. Gaze into eternity.
Now, I warn you, ladies and gentlemen, no one must strike a light. While this boy is in a trance, his life is in your hands. Now the psychic forces begin to play. There comes a cold wind. And if you listen intently, you can hear the distant fluttering of moving figures. Like the rustle of wings. Quiet. In another moment, you shall behold a miracle.
Presently, you shall stand face to face with the dead.
Who are you?
I am John Carrington. There is a man present who swore he'd kill me. He is now sitting in this audience. My eyes are boring into his guilty soul. His hands are trembling. His conscience is yelling like 1,000 fiends. And yet I shall name him.
Paul, are you hurt?
No, I'm all right.
Wait! Elliot! Watch those exits! Chatrand has escaped! Everybody, sit down! Get that magician! He's around here somewhere! Get him!
Hey, Chief!
This is Chatrand. Send Inspector Riley up here immediately.
Hey, Inspector! Chatrand's up in the manager's office.
Here's Chatrand. What's happened to him?
Oh, I was too frightened to notice. Paul, what are we going to do? How are we going to get out of this?
We still have Chatrand to take care of us.
Oh, but he's one against so many. We haven't got a chance.
Nobody needs to keep your seat! Sit down! Come on, sit!
What's the matter with you? You look like you'd seen a ghost.
I have. 2 of them. 2 what? 2 dead men. 2 of them. Where? In Goldberg's office.
Stick him up, Chatrand.
Put up that gun, Riley. I wasn't trying to get away.
You weren't, Ed. Looks
No.
like it, doesn't it? I was giving you a break. What's the idea of pulling a Paxman on me?
I had to do it, Riley. I couldn't let anyone see me in this Carrington makeup. In another moment, the lights would have gone on and tipped off the whole trick.
Well, what's the idea of coming up here?
I've got to talk to you alone.
Not me. I'm done with talk.
Oh, no, you're not. Now, wait. If it hadn't been for that shot...
I don't want to hear anything you got to say. Not after that monkey business downstairs.
What are you going to do?
I'm taking you, that mind reader, and the girl that pulled out those lights right down to the station.
Wait a minute, Riley. You've got to listen to me.
And furthermore, as a lawyer, I'm advising you, ladies and gentlemen, that holding you here in this theater against your wishes is tantamount to illegal arrest. And in my opinion, each and every one of you is entitled to sue this city for damages.
If you don't shut up and sit down, you'll get damages without suing for them. Come on now, sit down. Get in your seats, there, everybody.
I gotta get on. You can't hold me. I'm a taxpayer. Now, you listen to me. I've only got 10 minutes to catch the last train home. I can't stay here all night. What'll I tell my wife? Tell her the truth. You don't know my wife. You could tell her the gospel truth that she'd catch you in a bare-faced lie.
Well, I'm sorry for that, but you'll have to get back to your seats and listen things all over. Now, you'll have to go back into order. You'll have to go back.
I won't trust you again, Chatrand. Your trick was a fake, and it failed.
Oh, it may have been a fake, but it wasn't a failure. It was a new kind of 3rd degree and almost succeeded.
What are we going to do about that audience, Inspector? We can't hold them out there much longer.
We don't have to. I've got everybody I want. Come on, Chatrand.
Don't let them go, Riley. You're making the mistake of your life.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are. I played the dead man in front of that mirror to break down the nerve of a murderer, and I did it. Why, I scared him so badly he fired that shot to end his own torture.
You try any kind of a trick to get that kid off. How do I know that one of your assistants didn't fire that shot?
You know better than that. Well, you were there yourself. You saw the flash. And how are you going to explain that down at headquarters?
The same way you're going to explain this gun I found at the boy's feet. Where's that gun? What did you do with it? Come on now. Handcuffs won't stop you, but lead will. Where is it?
You've lost Exhibit A, Riley. And what are you going to say about that down at headquarters? Oh, you're a superior type of detective, Riley. You've got a better method than a punch in the nose with the old-time 3rd degree. Now, it'll take brains to catch this man. And all I'm asking you to do is to let me help you.
I don't want your help.
Oh, yes, you do. Why, you'll never get a conviction. The best you can do is cast suspicion on the lives of an innocent boy and girl.
Oh, let me go on with this, Riley. Let me try again. With the murderer sitting out there now, cringing with fear. Oh, give me one more chance at him, Riley. Just one more chance. Please. Somewhere out there sits a man guilty of murder. His mind is chaotic with guilt and fear. Concentrate. Search it out. Find that mind for me. Read its thoughts.
I don't think I can...
Everything depends on you.
Help him. Please, please help.
Relax. Relax. You must be receptive. Completely, absolutely receptive.
So confused.
No, it isn't. Watch my eye. Look at me. We're going through with this if we both have to drop from exhaustion. Try. Try. Now, what do you see?
I see an elderly woman. Her hair is gray. She is crying bitterly.
Yes, go on, go on.
There is a man beside her. I see...
Go on, tell me. You see?
Poverty. Ruin.
Look at me. Look.
The man wishes to kill himself. At first, he thinks of something else. Something else.
What, Alexander? What?
Vengeance!
That's what I want. Go on, go on.
Nothing. Darkness.
Try, Alexander. You must. What do you see?
Darkness. Oh, something white in the darkness. Uniforms. White uniforms. Masked men and women.
No, you must be wrong. Go back, go back.
No, I'm not wrong. I see knives, blood, an operating table. It is a room in the hospital, and the man is there.
No, it's Alexander. We mustn't fail now, Alexander. Try. Try again. What do you see?
I see a hand. On the hand is a spider ring. There is a flash like lightning.
Or a gun.
Or a gun!
On which side of the audience did you see that flash? Come, concentrate, Alexander. On which side?
Came from the right-hand side. From the right-hand side near the orchestra.
Was that shot fired by a man or woman?
I don't know.
You do know. You must know. It was a man. Find me that man. His thoughts are dominating this theater. Thoughts of a man facing eternity. The capture, the trial, the death sentence, murderer's row. Faltering steps through the green door. The chair, copper plate, searing currents, ashes!
Yes, I see a man. He's afraid.
Yes, afraid. Because you might tell him what row he's sitting in. You can't, Sanders, you can't. Tell me, what row is that man sitting in?
I'm so confused again.
Alexander, I'm asking you that question. What row? Come on, concentrate. What row? Row 3.
Row 4. Row 5.
Seat row. Give me the number of the seat.
The number of the seat is... Hey, get on the house light. Don't shoot, Brownie, don't shoot!
I killed him. I'm glad that I did it. He deserved it. Robbed me and thousands of others. Stole all my money. Made paupers of my family. I'm glad that I did it. Take me away from him.
Get away from him. Get out of here.
I didn't do it. What you did to me, I tell you. You like
All right.
I'm glad they caught him. He's a dangerous character. I'll get my gas.
Lucky, wasn't it?
Lucky, how can you say that? Must taste terribly.
Oh.
Hurry, Paul.
Shouldn't we bathe it with something before we put the bandage on?
No. This will do until the doctor comes.
I can't tell you how sorry I am, Chatrand. It was on my account that this happened.
It was worth it, wasn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the police department, I wish to thank you for your patience and courtesy, and for the assistance given me in solving this mystery and apprehending the murderer.
Good night. Come again. Good night.
We ought to make you give us our money back. I didn't come here to see a murder. I came here to see a show.
Keep quiet. Next week, I'll give you a back seat for nothing.
No, thanks. This isn't a theater. This is a shooting gallery.
Good night. Come again.
Uncle, the driving.
Get so long, let's see what we can do.
Look at that hand. This is an outbreak.
I'd always thought that if I'd met you, I'd...
You'd what?
No, I'd better not tell you that. Yet.
I can find out.
How?
I can ask Paul to do a little mind reading for me. Or is that mind reading of his only a trick?
Well, you know, I've been wondering about that myself. Maybe I can induce him to tell me the name of my future wife.
I can tell you that.
Who?
Mrs. Chatrand the Great.
Oh, no fair. You're stealing our act.
Well, did you like the movie? I hope so, because me, my wife Judy, and production manager Dan LeClaire, we enjoy bringing you these old black and white murder mysteries from the 1930s and 40s. And if you enjoy seeing them as much as we enjoy presenting them, We invite you to join us every Thursday and Friday night at 7 p.m. and other times during the week as our schedule allows. You can see the best of them right here, Black and White Murder Mysteries on Hastings Mystery Theater. Good evening.